They jumped that twice. The Drunken Duck towards the left, coming to the first in the lead. The Drunken Duck from Crestina with the Heenan Kid in between the two. As they jump the first, Spartan Prince jumps at 4. Behind them, Pilot Officer. Bregawn is the back marker at the moment as they come down to the second. The Drunken Duck on the near side, Crestina on the far side, then the Heenan Kid, and then comes Spartan Prince. Spartan Prince just running a little bit left there before he jumped it. Now coming down to the water. For the first time, it's number 3 and number 11 in this race. The Drunken Duck comes to it. Rod Munro Wilson, well clear. Oh, he drops his hind legs and never gets away with it all right. And they're all safely. Bregawn jumps at last. The Drunken Duck from the grey Crestino, then the Heenan Kid and Spartan Prince, and then Moonlight Express and Meads Grove and Pilot Officer, and finally Bregawn. And they're going a pretty good clip too. The Drunken Duck in the lead from Crestino. Spartan Prince on the outside of the Heenan Kid, and then Moonlight Express and Meads Grove and Pilot Officer together, and just behind them Bregawn. So over on the far side, coming to another plain fence now. The first of the ditches is number 6, the Drunken Duck in the lead from Crestino, the Heenan Kid, Spartan Prince. On the outside of Spartan Prince is Moonlight Express, and then Pilot Officer and Bregawn and Meads Grove. They jump the 4th and pretty closely grouped as they come towards the 5th now. Crestino on the inside, the near side to us of Drunken Duck, and then the Heenan Kid, Moonlight Express, Pilot Officer, behind them Spartan Prince, and then Bregawn. Now coming to the first of the ditches. The Drunken Duck, Crestino on the inner, Moonlight Express, Pilot Officer, behind Pilot Officer, the Heenan Kid and Bregawn and Spartan Prince and Meads Grove. Very sharp course, this Malmö course, swinging left-handed now. Crestino getting the inside berth there from the Drunken Duck, middle between the two. Moonlight Express is 3rd and Pilot Officer 4. 5 is Spartan Prince, and 6 just behind them the Heenan Kid, and then comes Meads Grove and Bregawn. So coming down to number 7, Crestino on the inside of the Drunken Duck. Moonlight Express and Pilot Officer and Spartan Prince, and behind them the Heenan Kid, Meads Grove and Bregawn. This is the second ditch now, number 8. Drunken Duck nearest to us on the far side of the Great Crestino. Moonlight Express and Pilot Officer just in behind them, and then Spartan Prince. Behind them Meads Grove and the Heenan Kid and Bregawn. Number 9. Halfway mark at the 18 fences in all. The Drunken Duck and Crestino. Just in behind them Moonlight Express and Pilot Officer and Spartan Prince. Bregawn making a little bit of ground over on the far side on the rail. Number 10, the fence will be the last on the next circuit. The Drunken Duck, Crestino, Moonlight Express, Bregawn in good ground, Spartan Prince on the near side. And follow those Meads Grove. Meads Grove has gone at that one. The horse is up all right. His rider hasn't ridden yet. Coming down to the water. Number 11. The Drunken Duck from Moonlight Express and Crestino. And Spartan Prince on the near side of Pilot Officer. Just in behind them, the Heenan Kid and Bregawn. And I still haven't seen Dennis Atkins rise. His partner continuing, and has just had a look at the water, decided it looks a bit chilly, has turned around and gone back the other way, and a very sensible move I think that was too. Drunken Duck in the lead. From Moonlight Express and Pilot Officer, and Spartan Prince on the outside, Crestino on the inner, and then the Heenan Kid and Bregawn. And these all going well within themselves at the moment. Rod Munro Wilson rides his own coolish all in the National on Saturday, in the lead on his stable companion, the Drunken Duck, from Moonlight Express and Pilot Officer and Spartan Prince on the Heenan Kid and Crestino and Bregawn. So they jump the next. 7 from home that was, and all safely over it. Still the Drunken Duck from Pilot Officer and Moonlight Express. Then comes the Heenan Kid. Then Spartan Prince on the outside of Bregawn, and Crestino has been losing ground steadily. 6 left to jump. The Drunken Duck and Pilot Officer and Moonlight Express. Mistake there by Spartan Prince. The Heenan Kid has gone 4, Bregawn 5, Spartan Prince 6 and 7, and last is Crestino as they come down to this final ditch. Penultimate ditch, I should say. And over that one, Moonlight Express landed in the lead from Pilot Officer. Then comes the Drunken Duck. Behind the Drunken Duck, the Heenan Kid. Spartan Prince making good ground now towards the outside. And then comes Bregawn. Finally, Crestino. So they've got just 4 fences rather, left to jump now. Pilot Officer, Moonlight Express. The Drunken Duck has run out there. The Drunken Duck has run out. He's out of it. Pilot Officer landed in the lead there from Moonlight Express, and Spartan Prince coming down now to the third last. Bregawn is making headway. Spartan Prince is under pressure as they come to the third last. Pilot Officer being pressed by Bregawn and Spartan Prince now at the third last. Pilot Officer lands in the lead from Spartan Prince and Bregawn. Coming down now to the second last fence in this Siematic Kitchens Novices chase, and it's Pilot Officer from Bregawn who's now gone second. Then comes Spartan Prince, Moonlight Express, and then just in behind them, making good ground now is the Heenan Kid. Coming down now to the final fence, and as they do so, it's Pilot Officer from Bregawn. Bregawn coming to challenge Pilot Officer now. Bregawn on the near side. Bregawn looks as though he's going to land just in the lead. Bregawn lands just in the lead from Pilot Officer. Then comes the Heenan Kid and Spartan Prince, and racing into the closing stages now is Bregawn on the near side, Pilot Officer on the far side. There's little between the two as they race up towards the line. It's Bregawn now just quickening away from Pilot Officer, and as they come up to the line, Bregawn is going to win the Siematic Kitchens Novices chase. Coming up to the line, Bregawn wins it from Pilot Officer in second, very close for third. Spartan Prince on the far side, just beginning to get up now to be third. And at the line, Spartan Prince is third, with 4 the Heenan Kid and 5 Moonlight Express, 6 Crestino. They're the only finishers, and so the result of the Siematic Kitchens Novices chase. First, number 2, Bregawn, the 7-4 favourite, owned by Mr. N. Keneally, trained by Michael Dickinson and ridden by Robert Earnshaw.